After months of campaigning, thousands of speeches, millions of words, the United States today elects its 43rd president. 150 million Americans can choose between Republican George W. Bush and Democrat Vice President Al Gore. The closest race in 40 years as they battle state by state for victory. And good evening from Washington. Well, we know it's going to be a very, very tight thing. We don't know when we're going to know who's the new president, but it's going to be a really exciting race. There's not been one like this since Jack Kennedy won back in 1960, 40 years ago. We've had the polls in just 2 states where the polls have closed, and the American system is that when the polls close, people start to say what they think the result is and sometimes say what it is, because they don't have to count votes. They simply use electronic voting and exit polls and all the rest. So Kentucky and Indiana we've had, and they've both gone for Bush. That's 2 states for Bush, 20 votes in the Electoral College. The important thing, of course, to get 270 votes in the Electoral College from all these states all over America. Now, in half an hour from now, at 7 o'clock, another 6 states close in that hour between 7 and 8, and that includes Florida, which is a vital state for the winner to gain. It brings 25 votes towards the 270 needed. And both candidates have been campaigning there right up to last night when Al Gore was at a great party there in Miami. So this excitement's been going on. It's been building up. The people, both candidates and all their supporters, have been working flat out right up to the end. They're now at their headquarters waiting to see the first indications coming through. And the indications are that almost everything is too close to call. Peter Snow is going to be analysing the results for us as they come in, and will give us the significance of these 2 which we've had and talk about how he's going to present the others. Peter.
Okay, David, we'll meet our map. First of all, here it is, and it'll unfold way across there from east to west with those 2 blue results there. Blue for Republican, blue for George Bush. There's Indiana, 12 of those electoral votes that David was talking about, and 8 electoral votes in Kentucky. Kentucky is a change from last time. Clinton won that in 1996, so it's at least an edging in the direction of Bush, but they are pretty strong Republican states. Let's just look at what the polls are telling us. The answer is they're not really telling us very much. They're telling us that these are the states, these light blue ones, that are likely to go with George Bush, 24 of them altogether, and that 13 states are likely to go with Al Gore. What about the rest of them, though? They're not telling us. They say they're too close to call, so we're not getting much guidance about what the result's going to be. It's going to be very tight indeed. The key thing, as David was saying, though, is that it doesn't matter how many states you win. What matters is the kind of states you win, the amount of population those states have. Notice that Al Gore, with only 13, has actually the best-looking states: New York, Illinois, and California. Only Texas looking solid for Bush. So it's the weight of the states that matters. So the battle then will be decided in these 2 close-to-call states. It's been like this right through the campaign. This is what's going to happen. It's going to be very, very tight in Pennsylvania, in Michigan, in Wisconsin, in Missouri, down here in Tennessee, Al Gore's own state, and finally, as David also was saying, that vital state of Florida, there are 25 of those key electoral votes. That's where the battle will be fought, David.
Thanks so much, Peter. We'll be going back to Peter later on. Well, now, this broadcast tonight is on BBC One, it's on News 24, it's on BBC World, and wherever you are in the world, you can also watch it on the internet. You can join in on our online debates, you can get all the latest news. We are to be found at www.bbc.co.uk/vote2000USA. Now, we're going to be reporting, of course, from right across the United States tonight, from some of the exciting places, and we're also going to be not just with the candidates, but we'll be hearing from the American voters as well. And let's start straight away by crossing this vast continent and going to the West Coast and joining Sean Williams in Los Angeles.
Here on Venice Beach, we'll be talking to the interest groups about the issues that will determine who gets this election's biggest prize, California's 54 Electoral College votes. Now, the Democrats might have thought they had this sewn up, but the Republicans have been here spending millions, and it's prompted last-minute visits from Al Gore and Bill Clinton. And what about the effect of Ralph Nader's Green Party, not just here, but also in Washington and Oregon? Well, the 3 are among the last to declare. It could all be decided here on the West Coast.
They call this the crossroads of the world. It is, of course, Times Square in New York. And from here, I'll be gauging the reaction as the results come in. But we'll be doing more. We'll be asking, what do Americans expect from their new president when it comes to the economy. And we'll be asking, how are the markets likely to react when trading begins on Wednesday?
I'm here at Sylvia's, one of the most famous restaurants in Harlem. And throughout the evening, I'll be talking to people, both here and at other locations in New York City, about how they voted today. Now, New York is almost certainly going to go for Al Gore, but I get the impression, having spoken to lots of people coming out of polling stations earlier in the day, that they've gone for Gore, but without much enthusiasm.
Well, our reporters are also at the camps of the two presidential candidates and with President Clinton and Hillary, the First Lady, who of course is running for a US Senate seat in New York. Philippa Thomas is with George W. Bush in Austin, Texas. John Simpson is in Nashville, Tennessee, where Vice President Gore is no doubt biting his nails at this moment. And Gavin Hewitt is with President and with Hillary Clinton in New York. Let's start with you, Philippa Thomas. What drift do you get from the camp at the moment?
Well, David, it's extraordinary that we've got to this point, this late in the day, in fact, in the campaign, and we still don't know which side is going to get it. You can bet your bottom dollar that the Bush camp has the equivalent of Peter Snow's map up on the wall, their own computer projections. We are hearing that there is some worry that Al Gore could get Florida, that crucial state that gives 25 electoral votes. That's obviously very, very close. There is also some worry that Al Gore could take Pennsylvania, another swing state. But the Bush camp is saying we're still very confident, even without those states. Basically, George W. Bush has a broader area of support across the country. He could still construct that winning scenario. So still they're saying, we believe Austin is the home of the next president of the United States.
Do you think they got a bit cocky, Philippa? This business about you're looking, he said yesterday, you're looking at the next president. A feeling of being a bit too laid back at the last minute?
Don't you think, David, that phrase could come back and ring in George W. Bush's ears, a terrible memory, if he loses this election? I think they are worried that they looked a bit too confident, especially at that late night rally. We were also hearing from Bush's chief political strategist, Karl Rove, that Bush was going to win by 6 percentage points and get more than 300 electoral votes. Of course, that could happen, but I think they're worrying that they may have been just a bit overconfident and that there's a danger the voters would have seen that as being a bit too smug.
Thanks, Philippa. John, do you think that the Gore camp is encouraged by at least how close it's going to be compared with what the polls were saying just a couple of days ago?
I suppose that must be true, but they are pretty nervous, I have to say. I was talking to one of the most senior officials around here, and he was just telling me that they're maybe 1% ahead in one particular state, maybe 2% ahead in another. So the 1% was in Florida, they thought. But since then, the word that's going around here is that far from getting 270 electoral votes in the Electoral College, in fact, it could just be a tie of 269 to Bush, 269 to Gore. What happens then is a constitutional nightmare. There's all sorts of complexities what would happen if that goes through. So we really don't know, and the Gore camp, I think, are just keeping very quiet, and they're a bit nervous.
But John, they've been pulling out the stops at the last minute. I mean, we heard reports that Jesse Jackson had been sent off to Michigan, that Ted Kennedy had been sent off up to Maine or somewhere to try and get the votes out, and that they were confident that they were getting people at least to go to the polls, and this was going to improve their chances. Is that all true?
Yes, it is. One of the straws, as it were, that they're grasping at is the hope, at any rate, that blue-collar workers will come home after work and will go out.
That's right, you're relaxed.
Yeah, all relaxed. But
Yeah.
brilliant performance and no camera.
Yeah.
You're a
bet.
better actor in the reverses.
Always, somebody should be
Yes.
there with a small mini cam.
That's
So
right.
we
Yeah.
can capture those
Or the
moments.
director should shoot the scenes that are like rehearsed.
They
shouldn't
should put the lens in the back of the camera to confuse the actors. You know
Or in
what
the
I
front of the person's forehead so they can film you.
Yeah.
But again, that would get in the way of the shot. I
mean?
think.
You'd have to do films about Daleks. You can only do films about Daleks.
Do you care more when you're making a film? Because, you know, it's famous that when you're in a play, you kind of don't care. I mean, you know, there's
That's
a bit
not
of you.
true.
Well, there's a bit of you that's playing.
Oh, I put a farting machine in the box.
That's right. I wondered why he kept on going like this all the time on stage. And he must
Yeah.
go
I'm on
with this little
stage.
thing. He
Which
got
play was this?
Just recently in the West End.
Cressida.
And I hit a farting machine in the box. The fun is operating the remote control in your costume and watching the audience.
Because they think you're playing with yourself.
Well, they don't know, but just hear farting in the box. People say, but we went worse than the audience.
Oh, yeah.
We had tears.
See, that's the thing, it backfires.
Yeah, that backfires on you.
Yeah, because you're going out there too.
Yeah, yeah.
But people who like to coach people, they're always the first to go. Because you see them come on stage, they've got a little, and they go,
Yeah. Yeah, they never
It's
get
really
to
funny,
coach
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Because they're too busy laughing themselves.
Yeah.
Well, do you have plans sometimes when you go on stage what you're going to do to somebody else?
No,
Or
it's
it
not
just
as cold
happens.
as that.
Well, a farting machine takes a lot
Oh,
of planning.
yeah, that's the exception.
big, yeah, that's
I had
big time.
I had to plant that on the half in the box and go through and all that. So
Yeah.
that took a lot of planning.
But otherwise, I've heard that when you turn your back, you make comments about people in the audience?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Kevin does.
Kevin, you do
I've
that?
never done that, no.
Have you ever done anything to,
No, I know, I can't because, I mean, I'm just one of those people, I think about something funny and I start laughing. But I get heckled a lot. Do you get heckled?
No, never.
Well,
only
it's a lot
once.
heckling.
Only once.
Said?
Jack Lemmon and myself in a West End play. We had a heckler
How do you
saying,
deal with that stuff?
saying, "Get off the stage. You're both terrible. It's shocking."
and you said?
Well, Jack was very frightened. He's not used to the theatre, really. And I shouted at this man. I can't tell you what I shouted.
What did you shout?
I said, "Fuck off! You're a cunt."
Did it shut him up?
Well,
That was clever.
No, it didn't. He got worse.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it
I
just
must
became,
remember that one.
Yeah.
it's a marvelous
It's
thing
all
to
I can
keep
think
up
of
your
saying. I was
sleeve.
so frightened.
Yeah.
I was so frightened. Because that made Jack Lemmon even worse. The fact that I'd shouted that out.
Oh, I bet it.
And so eventually there was a fight, and the ushers dragged the man out.
Fight between you and him?
No, the fight between him and the ushers, the man who was shouting.
Wasn't somebody painting somebody when you were doing a show once?
Oh, no, that was Greta Skakik. Jonathan Price and I came on the stage, and there was a man in the front row with a big easel and a whole gear, the whole oil paint set. The theatre was empty. It was a matinee of Uncle Vanya, and he's painting, an oil painting of her.
Oh, that's great.
And we were furious.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't painting us.
You, yeah.
So I contrived in the moment when Vanya goes mad to throw a bucket of water over him.
Weren't you a
You're
spirit
rubbish.
carrier in the beginning?
Yeah, I was.
And were you any good as a spirit carrier?
No, I was just bored. And,
And he's bored when he plays leads. So I mean,
No,
what
I'm
was
not
like
bored when I
with
played the
Steve?
lead. When I was a spear carrier, I used to have a radio in my breastplate.
A radio?
Yeah, a transistor radio. Inside my breastplate.
So they-
Sellotaped to the inside of the breastplate with a cable going up your ear under your helmet, which is the best way of being a spear carrier.
Because
What
you're...
were you listening to?
Oh, the Archers. We were curtain up at 7:30, wasn't it? In Peter O'Toole's Hamlet at the National, I was listening to the Archers.
And the head of one guy...
Yeah, we all had it on. All those six at the back, 6 guys with helmets and spears standing there. We spent half an hour standing there. It's an awful long time. So we'd all have the radios in, all listening. You listen to all sorts of things.
Fantastic.
And at various moments, you'll go up marching on and off to the triumphant music, and then you come back on. You're going crazy. So the radios
you
save
to the
your
rhythm of
life.
the Archers.
Yes.
The rest of them,
Yeah.
You see, he says that about nerves, but I mean, I think you've got to be so relaxed through that stuff.
But you
I mean,
wouldn't have nerves as a walk-on, would you?
No, you haven't got a line.
I'm just nervous going near that stage, whatever. I mean, you know.
We used to hit you know, you have the pikes with the pike that's point on top. We'd hit them on the wall in frustration, and they'd go like that. So then we'd go like that and go up. And then when we all got on the stage, as Peter O'Toole came past us Hamlet, we'd go like that, and they'd go like that, like a signal.
Like a kind of little
Yeah, like
thing.
the 6 spears go boom. Anyway,
Did Olivier give you your first break? Didn't he make you audition for him?
yeah, well, he auditioned everyone.
Yeah, but you got something.
Yeah, I got my hand caught on a nail. I ripped my hand open. I tried to impress him in the audition, so I thought,
What were you giving him?
I was giving him Richard III. I didn't know he'd played it. And, and he said to me, I said, was ever a woman? He said, no, no. He said, don't do it. I was standing next to him like that. I didn't know. He was standing there, and I started shouting at him. And he said, no. He said, go away. He said, I want to see your full body length. I want to see the full body, shape of your body. And as I walked up the hall to begin the speech, my mind, I thought, I've got to get this job. I've got to impress this man. So as I reached the end of all this metal column, so I threw myself at it, spun round the column, to then come round and start the speech. And as I did that, a nail went straight through my hand, tore up the inside of my finger. I was pouring blood. And so I only got the first word, was, and then he said, no, stop this, stop this. So he got the nurse, and that was it.
You get the part?
I didn't, I got the part just walking on.
Sympathy.
Sympathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only got him if he felt sorry for me.
Either put a red thing on your
willy,
or
rip your hand
do
open.
the
I'd go
Jesus
for the
thing.
flick on the willy anytime myself.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
must
I
have
think it's
smelled
easy.
something. Did
No,
he
I don't
say?
think so. He wanted 6 men who were 5'11" to stand at the back with their helmets.
Oh, he gave you the spear job.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's how
You
you got
ripped
the
your hand
spear
over the
job.
spears.
Oh.
He just wanted, he had to be 5'11", all the same height, with a helmet. Tony Hopkins was another one next to me. And we're all like that.
So who got the big break first?
Well, Tony started getting noticed before. We hated him for that. He started doing
He was
very
the chorus girl who made it?
We'd never speak to him. He made it, yeah.
Did you do things in the dressing room to gazump him?
No, he was moved out of our dressing room.
Oh,
They
because he
moved
became a
him
big
downstairs
star.
to a solo room, which was like someone sticking a knife through your heart.
That's horrible.
What do you do? What do you want to play that you're not playing? I mean, you're always put as the posh kind of, which is weird because you're not English.
Because I'm not posh.
Yeah, and you're not posh.
I'm not entirely English.
Well, how'd you get this whole English twerpy thing?
Because of Full Weddings and a Funeral.
Oh, right.
And then I did another film, it was exactly the same.
You must have watched
television thing.
Mr. Grant changing because he started off quite an innocent.
Yeah, he used to be great fun.
I bet.
And then I worked with him on Sense and Sensibility, and he was completely different. International fame had tightened him in, and he didn't tell you any funny, indiscreet things about his sex life anymore. It was all very private.
It comes with its own punishment. It comes with its, you know, the observer becomes the observed, and then you're dead.
So, I think fame does change your acting. Do you think being successful
Being
and
famous does make you more
Immediately.
frightened.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you think, are you
Well,
intentionally not getting too famous so that you're acting?
Yeah, that's why I don't get
Yeah.
famous, because I think it's a really clever idea.
It's very clever
You can
what
get
you're
on
doing.
buses, which is a godsend when you live in
Yeah.
Chiswick, I tell you. And nobody recognises you. In fact, people just don't even think you're an actor. That's
You must
just
get
perfect.
recognised, though, because you did a sitcom.
No, yeah, well, a bit, but I get people saying, you're George's brother, aren't you? You drink down the Rose and Crown. No, I don't. Yes, you do. You know, you get that sort of thing. That's what I get.
Well, they really think it's real for the moment. But
Yeah, they actually think you're a real person, whereas, of course, I'm not. I'm an actor. But I've always found, I must say, I hear these stories, but I've always found, like, really great, in fact, great people I've worked with, like, you know, great sort of actors like Robert Duvall or Martin Sheen. I don't find them affected by any of this whatsoever. I think it is a question of the speed of fame that people get.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to a party where there's soap stars, and they behave like Gloria Swanson. I mean, it is unbelievable the way they carry on.
Yeah.
I mean, you just think, what are you doing? You know, I occasionally catch you acting, and it's terrible. Why are you carrying on like
Yeah.
this?
If you wouldn't have been an actor, you know, it's the only job where the disease comes with it. You know, it's like you were an electrical engineer. Couldn't you just become a good electrical engineer? There's no problem. You know, you could have gotten.
You can't dress up. You can't show off. You can't put wigs on. You can't pretend to be.
But can you imagine if you weren't an actor? Would there be? Would it have
Another
been?
job?
Could you have lived without doing this?
Well, no, because it infects you, doesn't it? It takes you over.
Right. When you're not on and you're not at this table, is there a life, or are you waiting for the next hit of the next character?
Yeah.
I mean, are you interesting when the doors are
I
shut?
go dead, I think.
You go dead.
Yeah, I just become a cadaver. When I'm not an actor.
Yeah.
No,
So
but you've got even hobbies and things. that you
Yeah,
do.
no, but I don't.
What is your hobby?
I can't say it. But
Say. I'll say.
I collect machinery.
You fly though, don't you?
Yeah.
And didn't you scare the shit out of somebody recently
I had a heart attack.
at the wheel?
Yeah.
To be
Only
funny.
simulated.
You simulated a heart attack.
Yeah.
Well, the machine.
So your friend gets in the plane. He says, "I'm afraid of flying."
Yeah.
And you simulate a heart attack.
I said, well, come with me and I'll show you how a light aircraft works and how simple it is. And a big, heavy one was fundamentally the same. I said, so we took off. But you know, when you're going 2,000 feet across the River Thames, it's boring. So, and he's sitting there and he's such a dummy. And so I thought I'd have a bit of fun. So I went, and I collapsed against the Perspex window and just put a bit of left rudder on and we started. And now it's interesting for acting because this guy didn't do anything.
He went stiff
He went stiff.
because he had a fucking heart attack.
No, he just, I mean, if you were making a film of that, you'd have
Yeah.
the actor who, screaming, you know, but no, nothing.
He went
And I
stiff.
suppose for 2 seconds he really believed that it happened. And then I
You know where Sphinctus probably went? 5,000 feet below
half
sea
crown
level.
sixpence.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then did you laugh?
I laughed and he didn't. He was furious.
Did you remember to put the right rudder on again?
So I'd like to kill you.
Yeah.
So we went and had a cheese sandwich and a cup of tea, and I thought,
What does your mother think about your acting?
she doesn't know about it.
Did she come see you in Othello?
My mother's Irish, you see, and the Irish mothers, and she said to me, she's very cunning, she said, Michael, what are you in at the moment? And I said, I'm going to Stratford. She said, where's that? I said, it's near Birmingham. She said, but weren't you at Birmingham when you were a little boy, a young actor? Why are you going back there? I said, no, no. I said, it's much higher than Birmingham. It's much more posher. It's the Royal Shakespeare Company. She said, what are you going to play? I said, I'm going to play King Lear. She said, my God, that's great. King Lear. That's marvelous. Is he a black man? So I said, no, he's not a black man. She said, no, I'm sorry. I was thinking of King Kong. No, but it's a cunning, calculated, you know, a method of sticking a needle in you.
It's fantastic.
To deflate your ego.
Yeah. Do you love your audience? Do you care?
Yeah, I guess so.
He's lying.
Yeah.
He's lying.
That's, yeah.
You know, what you do is
Do you
you
care?
gauge, the first thing you do, I think, back me up on this, is you gauge the intelligence of the audience.
Yeah.
By what?
By what they're laughing at. So if you do something and then they laugh at that, you think, oh yeah, they're clever. So I can be clever.
And if they're dumb?
And if they're dumb, you think, oh,
Get your pants off again.
blow it all. They're going to laugh at somebody else. So,
Right.
But they
It
become
depends.
dumb after about 3 months, don't they?
Yeah, it depends where you are on the run. After I found out to just doing Lane in the Van there for 8 months. After 4 months, I just hated them. Why were they coming to the theatre? If they didn't
But what
come
happens
to the
to the
theatre, I
audience?
wouldn't have to be here. Do you know what I mean? You
They change, don't
bastards,
they?
I hate you.
They change.
Yeah, it'll become complete morons. They ship them in from Moron Place. And, you can see the bigger the coach is outside, you know, the worse the evening's going to be.
So the first 3 months, all the Guardian readers see the play and
Yeah,
laugh.
it's all ha ha ha. Yes, oh, I'm in the West End.
And then what happens after that?
Drudgery, sheer drudgery.
Yeah.
No laughs.
Dreadful experience.
No laugh. They applaud when the other actors
You
come on.
hate
and you can hear the sort of shuffling in the program as you come on. Like, oh, who is that? I don't know. He was in Doctor Who once. So I don't know. Shocking.
And do you give them a lesser performance?
Yeah. Do you punish them? Do you punish them?
No, I shout louder and louder and shout. And leave long pauses. I don't get the idea that
Despite
I'm
them.
not going on till they laugh.
It's
you know,
terrible.
We could be here
It's
all
a
night.
terrible subject to talk about, actually, because
Oh.
we earn our living doing this. Can't talk like this.
Horrible.
It doesn't matter. I don't think anybody's going to go, I'm not going tonight because he hates me personally. I'm talking about as a large cluster.
Well, maybe
And
they'll
nobody's
say,
gonna know
you know,
who
I'll
you
go in the
hate.
first 3 months and we won't keep the bloody thing going for 8 months next time.
Yeah, they might
We'll all
not
be happy.
decide not to come.
Yeah.
You just do the first 3 months.
Yeah, that would suit me.
Yeah.
But you're always playing like kind of tough killers, and you're always playing kind of like pansies. You know, would
Yeah.
you dream of switching?
No, because I.
Would you like to be a kind of Tarantino
He couldn't
killer?
hack it. He couldn't hack
Oh,
it.
he couldn't hack being a wimp?
He couldn't do my parts.
No, I couldn't. It's true, I couldn't.
Really?
I was given the chance to do them, and that's why I was so unsuccessful, because I was given these sensitive roles for years, and they went, "Oh, you can't do it."
Because you're not
But
a
then I
sensitive
discovered
guy?
myself terrorizing him on a roof in a series. That's really when it all came together for me. I thought, if I can just be really horrible to James Fleet, I'm going to really make it.
And were you?
Yeah, I was found him, and I've not looked back. But now I work with Sir Michael Gambon. I get to do scenes
Yeah,
with
you're
him naked.
Sir.
Naked.
How'd you get that Sir thing?
No,
And did it come through the mail?
because of that.
How does it word itself?
I don't know. It just says, "Would you like to be this?" And
What, you check
tick
one?
the box, yes or no.
No.
Yeah.
And you said, yes, I'll take the knighthood and run? Or you can have the washing machine.
But I thought you get money, or
No money.
And then do you go and she taps you with the sword?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Didn't Al Pacino ask you if you got money? When,
Oh God! Al said to me, he said, "What is a knighthood? You know, what is this shit? What is it?" I said, "Well, it's just, you know, it goes right back in the 12th century." What did I say to him? I said to him, we were all drunk in a restaurant in New York, and I said, it gives me an advantage that I can sleep with. I have to sleep with 3 women a year to keep the
Virgins.
knighthood under the age of 38. He said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "I have a knighthood card, which I have to flash 3 times a year to a woman under 38, and she has to countersign it and sleep with me, or I get a knighthood taken away." So all these American actors were listening to me, and they believed me,
Oh, that's fantastic.
and they were appalled. They said, "This is so shocking, that country." He said, "That country, that Buckingham House, that Busby hats, those guards, and the changing of the guards.
The hairballs.
This is disgusting." I said, "Well, it's England, you know, 12th century." So, and then I thought, how am I going to carry this on, you know, this lie? You know, in the corner of the restaurant there was a woman, a middle-aged woman, a beautiful woman. And I went over to her. I said, I'll try her, you see. And they were all appalled and delighted at the same time. So I went over to this one, and I said, I'm with Al Pacino. I said, can you support my lie? And she was delighted. She said, oh, sure. So I went back and I said, she's countersigned. I said, she's countersigned, and she's about to leave the rest of me. And they said, oh, my God, no, I don't believe this. So she got up and she walked to the door. She said, so Michael. I said, yeah, sorry. I said, yeah, I went. So we went up Park Avenue. We had a coffee and a cigarette.
Oh, that's fantastic.
10 minutes, quick one. And I came back in, and then I owned up. It was good fun.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Good story, isn't it?
Very good. Yeah. Didn't McKellen call you?
Yeah.
When you got your night on,
yeah,
he said what?
He said, it demeans mine, I'm sending it back.
Let me ask you something. When we were in Los Angeles, you came out with Brooke Shields and myself, and I said, come out for dinner with us. And you were smoking with Ed at the table.
Yeah, I shouldn't have been.
No, and Brooke had brought a little, like, a pooch.
A dog.
A dog.
But I stubbed my cigarette on the...
You stubbed your cigarette. She put the pooch under the table.
I put the cigarette like that.
No, it didn't bark. It was
Didn't
too
bark.
small.
Too small.
Ouch, gone. But you could smell hairs.
Yeah. But it was all right.
It didn't.
No, the dog's okay. It was fine. It was fine.
The dog was fine,
Yeah.
sure. In your dreams.
Yeah. No. It was good.
Do you think you're too much of a nice guy? Would you like to be tougher?
I do. I could play tough guys.
Okay, here's your chance.
Should I do it for you now?
Yeah.
Fuck you, bitch.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, no, try it again.
Nice one.
Try it again.
No. Yeah.
Try it again. Come
Can
on.
you do without the swearing?
Can I have a cigarette?
For BBC, yeah.
Go on, give it to me.
I can't.
Oh, I
don't
like him. I
swear.
wouldn't have dumped him. It's a push-up. Go on. Try it again.
Listen, you fucking bitch. I want the fucking money and I want it fucking now.
Don't
Mr. Big.
apologize. Yeah.
Yeah,
good.
I smiled at the end.
Yeah, you smiled. You always smile.
Da,
You
da,
want
da,
to be
da.
loved, you see. They're good.
Did you
Well, I'd have rehearsal, you see. I have no rehearsal
See, now
for that.
you've gone into, like, wimp mode again. You don't have to apologize. You just have to hold your ground.
It's not, no, that is...
Commit to your bastardhood.
It's not wimphood. It's the new politeness. It's letting people have space. And it comes across...
Oh, is that, you mean, like, you're intentional?
Yeah, I
Just
think
being polite.
that's a normal, neutral position to have. It's kind of deferential.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, that's the way I behave.
You think
Like
so?
James,
But
yeah.
you don't come across that way.
Well, I am like that.
Probably you are a gentleman at heart.
Yeah.
But actually, on the outside, it's terrifying.
No.
Terrifying,
That's because
Michael.
we've got cameras on us.
No, no, but you always have a, you know, there's something, and you, I would imagine, would slash me to death
Yeah, he
if the
doesn't
lights
look-
were out.
He'd
Only,
slash-
only when paid.
He wouldn't break into a sweat.
No.
I read somewhere that you would have liked to be, that there's a campness about you, and there is.
Well, I think we're all, I mean, if you're an actor, you have to be a bit camp.
Yeah.
I think that's very
Yeah.
important. I think a part of you has to be gay. And I suppose...
Well, feminine, aren't you, as far as
feminine,
gay?
well, I
Feminine,
mean,
certainly.
I suppose, because if you're a really good actor, you have to be slightly camp, slightly gay, don't you?
Yeah.
10, 20%.
Which, like, where does it manifest itself? I mean,
And you know
this
the
is
way
this-
you walk and talk, move
mean
your
'cause you're
attitude, your
preening?
head.
You've
your-
got that hat that you wear.
Yeah, it's a big actor's
You've got a
hat.
Doctor Who thing.
And
that
the way
you
you
do.
walk, and in the West End, when you're walking to the theatre, you walk like that.
Do you?
Very upright, like that. And you look down.
It's not a fedora, is it?
Fedora, proper
Where
actor's
did you,
hat.
because you were born kind of really working class,
Yes.
where did you get this attitude?
Well, you develop that naturally. If you're working class, you've got to get the other way straight away.
Is that what it is? It's like because
Absolutely.
nobody would hire you
buy
as
that
working?
fedora straight away and get on that,
You're
go
straight
down
out of
the
camp.
escalator and learn how to do that voice.
But when you were young, wasn't that whole look back in anger thing that we really liked a bit of rough trade? Wasn't that popular at all?
Yeah, I just
But
went
it's
wrong.
come round to his way
Is
again.
Come
it
round
'cause you're,
again,
it's
yeah.
like you're Irish and you're kind of were you ashamed of your roots?
No, but
So why'd you do that whole,
Well, you just want to be someone else.
same with you? Because you're not true to your
No,
voice.
no, not at all, boss. No.
No, I
So
know.
you put that on, do you?
Put that on.
I don't know where it came from.
What would you have
But
been?
like him, as soon as you become an actor, you become middle class. You can
become
pretend
very
that you're
posh.
classless, but actually, you know, you're not. You're
Do you feel like you lose yourself? Because I'm totally what I am. What about you? Are you?
Well,
what are you?
Well, I come from Birmingham, but then my dad had an Irish accent. My dad has an Irish accent. My mother a Bristol accent. I mean, I only put on a Birmingham accent to stop getting beaten up, you know. So when I became an actor, I thought, oh, I can just talk in this sort of silly whatever it is. And
do you feel like you've left?
bloody
Because
hell, it's an actor.
I've always been true to what I am. Which,
I
you know,
wouldn't know how
can't-
to do that.
Except when I did my English accent, which was grotesque.
Yeah.
It was very, like a very tight rectum.
It was great.
Very tight rectum.
ironic
Oh
phrase.
no, or I'd speak porno, you know. Oh, you know, a slut. Remember with my little cleavage here
Maybe
and my
that's because you
tits
didn't
up on my
stay
ears?
as an actress.
What?
Because you knew who you were. That's why you didn't
I'm
stay
too
an
true to
actress.
myself. Yeah, and I'm ashamed
But
to put
be
on
an
an
actress, you have to be
accent.
the opposite of that.
I have no urge to leave my own performance.
No,
Maybe
right.
I'm too in love with myself.
Yeah, that's right. That's why
hey,
you're
it's
not
not
an
for us to
actress.
say, Ruby, but you know.
Are you ever tempted?
Somebody's got to.
Yeah.
Are you ever tempted to go back on the stage?
No,
yourself?
I sucked, and you know I
I
sucked.
think
No.
you should go back.
Please. Was your first big break singing detective?
Gatsby, so I'm telling you.
Right. With and was it odd to play Dennis Potter in Dennis Potter's face?
No, I didn't mind. I didn't see much of him. He just came to the read-through, and he told me how his hands were all buckled.
And his hands were buckled?
Yeah, and he said, hold a glass like that when you drink, or when you drink the tea. You hold a cigarette like that. He told me all these things, and that's what I did. And that's all I contact I had with him, really. Whenever he spoke to me, he would talk about cars. You know.
He talked about cars, or you talked about cars?
He did, because I told him I'm thick. So that's funny.
Oh, to
So
patronize
whenever
you.
he came across me, he'd say, have you driven the new Ford Anglia?
You auditioned for James Bond.
I did audition.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And what
Who got
happened?
it?
Did he
I
get
think
it?
Patrick,
Why did I leave him?
no, Patrick, I can't think of the actor's name, got it. And then they paid
McGood,
him off.
Patrick McGood.
No. Was he?
Patrick who? George?
No.
Patrick Troughton?
No, it was after George Lazenby, and they decided to get an actor who no one had ever heard of. So they interviewed 20
Patrick
of us.
Mower?
Mower. 20 of us got interviewed in Mayfair, and we all went in the room one by one.
With Cubby Broccoli?
Yeah.
Right.
And I said, what's this for? And he says, play James Bond with an unknown actor. I said, well, you don't want me.
Because
He
I'm
said-
known?
He said, why not? I said, well, I got a bald head, terrible teeth, I got tits, like a woman. So he said, so has Sean Connery. He said, he has tits. He said, we put ice bags on them. We have leather ice bags. He lies on the bed with a woman. We say, turn over, ice bags on, and he goes through torture. They take them off for action.
The tits are up.
Yeah, well, tight.
I'm going to use this.
And he said they can do the teeth in a week with a dental surgeon. He said, and you can put a toupee on. So I thought I got the part.
Because he's giving you the tricks of the
but I
trade.
didn't get it. But Pat Moore got it, I believe.
Wow.
But then they cancelled the whole thing and went with
Roger Moore.
Roger Moore.
Because he had better tits than you.
Well, I don't know.
Is
I
that what
suppose
you
they
tell
wanted a
yourself?
famous person.
Are you sad? Because it would have been a whole new terrain.
It changed my life. I would have been away.
You would have been
but
away.
I missed the boat.
What is your dream? To be incredibly
I'd
what?
stay the way I am.
Stay the
Fine.
way,
Yeah.
honestly, flat line?
This flatline, yes. This is just fine, thank you.
What about you? Do you want big fame? You want to be stalked?
No. No, it's kind of nice the way where it is, actually.
Yeah.
I would like the respect of my...
Would you like a knighthood? Yeah, come on. You know,
Yeah,
men
I
never
guess so,
are
yeah.
honest. I have women
I
around
love
this
a
table.
knighthood.
Well, there
Sir
you go.
Kevin McNally, I mean, it just sounds
Yeah.
great, doesn't it?
No, I
No problems with being
But
Irish.
you
being
forget,
honorary.
a few minutes later.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, don't you? What do you get from
I'd
this
stick with
knighthood?
me,
What do you get? You get seats in restaurants. You get upgrades.
Well, I never use it. I get embarrassed when I never use it, so I don't.
But do people call you sir?
No, they forget. They don't know who. I mean, people don't remember, do they? Or know.
I
Like
don't
who
know.
won?
I
Who?
don't know
What?
you
No,
were
James.
I didn't know you were
no,
either.
They are, you
No,
see.
it doesn't
so,
show
so
at
it
all.
proves my point. No one knows.
Do you ever ask to have your behind doubled?
I'm glad we're talking about this.
I'm
I
bringing
have
you.
never had my behind doubled by anyone.
Do you know that
Are you glad about that?
I found, there's an internet site I found of actors' bums, and we're all on it. Me and my friend Bernard Strother, we're on it.
I'm sure I'm not.
And it's your bum?
And I'm
You must
sure
be
you were
on.
there. It's called Boys Bums, and www.boysbums.com.
You know your bum's on it.
Yeah, I happened to be going past the site the other day,
And you had Joe,
and I said, Kevin
To see
McNally,
how
Bernard
it
Strother.
Kevin
looks
McNally's
like.
bum.
Yeah.
Who would want it?
Well, it said file unaccessed. It's been too dead
You have
for a
to
long
guess
time.
whose bum it is.
There have been no hits on this site for the past 4 years, you know, which is really depressing,
Upsetting.
you know. So I was tapping in, see if I can get a few hits, you know, so that people go, oh, maybe this is a popular site, you know. But I got really stitched up because when I did this film, and me and my friend Bernard had to show our bums, I said, it'd be great, wouldn't it be funny if, you know, we're all tan because we're in Israel on a kibbutz, you know, and then we pull it, and then our bums are completely white. He'd been secretly tanning his arse on the balcony of his room. So we went to the premiere, and you go shoom, straight to this white spotty thing, and his is all lovely and ebony, and
Wow.
I've never forgiven him for that.
No, that really is a...
Yeah, I think that's why we don't get the hits on the
First time I've
side.
seen anger on your face through the whole show.
It's 15 years ago, and I still...
You can't forget it.
I'm angry, I'm upset, I feel hurt.
Yeah. What would have happened if we got married? What would have happened? What would have happened if I didn't, you know,
You
if I
turned me
got
down.
the love
What are you
letters?
talking
Did
about?
you ask me to marry you? Did I? Did you?
Yeah.
Was I drunk?
Were you drunk?
Said, no, you said, I'm never going to marry you because I have to have a maid, and you will never be able to afford to have a maid.
My God.
She's tough.
My God.
I'm
what a-
disgusted, and it's
You
me.
have no idea. You
That's
have
bad.
no idea what the real person is behind that.
No.
Awful.
Oh,
My
no.
God.
That's awful.
But did you want to marry her after coming?
I did at the time.
Do you have a maid now?
No, I don't. I never
You
got
see,
one.
you could have done it.
You could have done it.
Yeah, you're kicking yourself
I
now.
really said a maid? Wow.
Nice,
Aren't I
that's
deep?
successful.
Yeah. It's really profound.
It's a beautiful thing to say there and a beautiful thing to bring up on a show.
Yeah.
You'll be cutting that bit out.
Oh, goodbye career! Goodbye career! I'll never be asked to do comic relief again, will I?
No, I've never made.
That is disgusting.
That's really
That's a
low.
terrible
Well,
thing
it's honest!
And to say it in Glasgow as well, of all
Yeah.
places.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus
Well, it was so
Christ.
low.
That's bad.
It was really scummy.
That's just terrible.
Bad.
Oh, the truth's great.